welcome back to Karly's Creations. I'm Karly and I'm the owner and creator of Karly's Creations. If this is your first time hopping onto my channel, first I just want to say welcome and I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're going to be working with some foils and I've been wanting to try these for a long time, and let me tell you, they are so much fun. So we're going to be doing it on a tumbler today. It's a very short, sweet, and to the point basic tumbler. I'm starting with it already prepped. If you're not sure how to prep a tumbler, I will link down below a tutorial on how to do that. I'm also not showing epoxy part during this tutorial. Like I said, I was trying to keep it kind of short and sweet. So if you've never done a tumbler before, hop back onto my channel and pretty much any other video that you can find there, you can see how I epoxy a cup. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Everything will be linked down for you so you can see where I got all of my supplies, as well as some discount codes. Don't forget to like the video, and if you hit that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me. So come on, let's get started. All right, so here's our cup here. Like I said, it's already prepped, and I just sprayed it with this kind of camo forest green color that I had. And the two foils that we're going to use are a gold and a camo print. So I thought this would be a good background for that. We're going to apply this with Tackit. You can see I'm using a little chip brush here. It has been used for other things with the inks, but it's completely dry, so it's perfectly fine. The reason I'm using a chip brush is because I wanted, when I put the foil on, to kind of give it not a completely solid look. I wanted more of a distressed kind of weathered look. So as you can see, when you put the Tackit on with the chip brush, it kind of does lots of like little thin strokes, if that makes sense, which will then create a little bit more of that distressed look with the foil. So I'm going to just go in random kind of patterns, starting from the top and then from the bottom. I'm not looking to do full coverage on the cup. I'm looking to do just kind of a sporadic amount of both of the patterns. So I wasn't sure at first whether I was going to put an image on this or just leave it as is. In the end, I decided to not put an image on and just to kind of leave it as the way it is, because a lot of times in my shop here, people like to buy it just plain without a quote or anything on it. So I try to do a little bit of a mix. That way, if, you know, somebody wanted to add something on, that they could. So anyways, back to this. So once we get our Tackit on here, if you've ever used Tackit before, you know, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes for that to dry. Some of the times I do get a heat gun and kind of just go over it a little bit just to kind of help that drying process off a little bit. Once it's clear, you know it's dry, and like the name Tackit, it's going to be tacky. And then that's at the point where we're going to go ahead and add these foils. Okay, so while that glue is drying, we're going to go ahead and just cut off some strips of the foils here. The material of this is very thin, but very easy to work with, and you can reuse the same piece until you get all of that print off. You'll know what I mean here in a second. But it's much easier just to kind of cut off the strips that you want to begin with before you start adding them on there. All right, so I'm cutting just about the same amount off of each color, and then we'll set the rest of that to the side there. And then I'm going to start with the one. You're going to lay it print side up. So you're going to put that bottom part down. Excuse me, my voice. And you're just going to rub it really, really well on there. Make sure it's completely stuck. And then you're going to very carefully kind of peel it off. And you'll notice how the print just comes off of the paper. It's a really cool thing. I absolutely love these foils. Look how cool. Okay, so we're just going to keep repeating this process. You're just going to keep laying down, and like I said, wherever there's print on the foil, you'll be able to pull that off. So you'll notice like on the foil there's like where it's almost clear, transparent. Obviously that part's not going to come off, but you're just going to keep layering. And I mean, there's really no right or wrong way to do these. When you get that little crinkle in there, it gives it a cool little effect too. Like these are just so versatile and so cool. Like, look, see what I mean about the distress part there, where it's kind of not solid, I guess is the good word to say about that. So, but you'll notice I'm just gonna keep going back and forth between the colors. Add as much or as little as you want. We're gonna let that Tackit dry a little bit, and then the only other thing I'm gonna do for this coat, excuse me, this tumbler, is I'm going to add 2 final coats of epoxy, and that's it. So it was really easy to do without, especially without adding a quote on it. It was a very quick kind of turnaround type of tumbler. So if you're, you know, working on craft shows, anything like that, and you want to kind of step it up and just do a little, I'm not going to say mass production, but speed up the process a little bit, this is a really good way to do about it. I'll link down in the description below where I get the foils. There's tons and tons and tons of prints. So you guys have fun with these. Let me know if you want to see a tutorial how I do it on a shirt, because those come out really cool on the screen print. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm just going to kind of keep adding and playing around with it. And at the end of this video, you'll see the final product. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us on Facebook, Karly's Creations, Tumblers, and more. And we'll see you on the next video.